Okay, so it's 7:40, June 27th, Tuesday. And he's explaining that he wants me to explain what the dark night of the soul is in more depth so people can understand it and get through it easier for their own benefits so as not to hurt those around them as they're going through the dark night of the soul, because people around them do not know or understand. And because of your own darkness, you can push everyone and everything you love away from you without your knowledge. And if you have people lying to those around you, it makes them more susceptible to buying into those lies and participating in those lies. And it is, if you advise them, like if you see that they're not making good choices based off of lies, it's out of love that you bring it to their attention 100%. And it's out of love you also make sure not to say, I told you so, when they come back around, because they always do. But the dark night of the soul is God's way of working in your flesh to teach you what your triggers are from your past that are still bothering you. So you can work with God, the universe, your angels, the spirit guides, your ancestors, because your ancestors are here with you. And if you're going through hell right now, they're kicking your ass because you're stupid. Pardon my French. They know you are not doing the right thing. So your ancestors are visiting you in your sleep and communicating that to you, trying to get you on the right path, since you don't want to listen to the physical people God has placed in your life. Some people, when they go through the dark night of the soul, they go into hermit mode, and that's because of their own, that's how they heal. Other people, when they go through the dark night of the soul, go psychotic and start just destroying anything and everything and everyone around them. Other people, because of their experiences, they internalize it and they just keep walking their path and kind of are numb, don't have any feeling whatsoever. And then there's others that I just don't have description for, because I personally have not experienced that, but everybody's experience with the dark night of the soul is different. Anyway, and I am not a doctor. This is just based off of my own experience and what the Lord wants me to share with everyone, to expand the understanding of what the true dark night of the soul period is. And some people go through this multiple times in their life. So, the dark night of the soul is God's way of working in us and in our flesh to teach us how to deal with our own personal triggers of trauma or things that have hurt us in the past. It gives us the opportunity to work with Him to create a better future. And this is the period of time where He teaches you restraint. He teaches you how to go to Him before responding, how to take whatever's going on, remove yourself from the situation. And this takes a lot of practice. Remove yourself from the situation. And remember that whoever it is that's just out of their element, that person is human like you are. And they cry and they hurt and they feel just like you do, but they may not communicate it the way you do. Man condones us for what we say. And it's not man's place to do that. It's God's. And God does it not only through our everyday walk, but the real work comes if you can walk through the dark night of the soul with God and make it to the other side a better person. Because if you can't make it through the dark night of the soul, then you have failed the walk with God. And the only person that can fix that is you. Because even if you've practiced bad things in the past, only God knows what you've done in the past. God knows where to place you. And if you walk in light and start doing the right thing, and you know what the right thing is, don't tell me you don't. I say the right thing, it's a general statement. But if you're walking in somewhere and you feel the energy shift, you know that. That's your body senses telling you the energy has changed. You can also feel, like me, if there's negative energy, I actually feel like electrical shocks that tell me that there is demonic people around me. And I can tolerate it to a point, but I choose because it doesn't feel good. And I do reach out and try and help those that are going through that. But if they choose not to let me in, I'm not going to force myself on them. Either they want my help or not. God will provide me other people that do. He always has, and he always will. Thank you, Jesus. There's more to this message. But the dark night of the soul truly is, that's exactly what it is. It is a journey with God that only you and God can take together. And God will carry you through. All you have to do is ask. He can answer all your questions. He is you. So when you look in the mirror and you're talking, just start pretending like you're talking to him. Because when you're talking to yourself, you're talking to him. You are him. He made us in his image. It doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean you're nuts or anything like that. It means you love yourself enough to do the right thing, not only for yourself, but everyone around you. He is here and he's cleaning it up. I'll elaborate more on this dark night of the soul thing as I get more word from God and clarity. God bless.